Hey everybody, I'm Joey, and I'm so excited to be part of Julie and Friends 3-week series coming to you with a little contest. So what this involves is we pick the theme, and each week we're each going to make a card or a project with that theme. So the first theme, this is week 1 you're watching, and the first week we're doing new online exclusives. So I'm happy to share my card with you, and I would encourage you to make sure that you look at Julie Salva's Facebook video or live video, video link. It'll be in the bottom of the video description on this YouTube video, and Alejandra Gomez. So they're my two companions doing our 3-week series. They're both excellent stampers, and I'm up against some tough competition. But you also have a job to do, so you need to watch all 3 videos. Be sure and click on all the links that are in the my video description, and vote on your favorite one. And the way you vote is by a thumbs up on the video. So that's how we know who's going to win, and then we do declare a winner at the end of the week, and then next week we're back with round 2, and then the next week with round 3. So I hope you'll join all 3 of us and enjoy. I think we're gonna have some beautiful projects for you. Alrighty, I'm going to click down on my desktop here. I have a new streaming software. I'm not super here we go. I'm not super adept at this yet, so hopefully everything will go smoothly. All right, my friends. So we have a whole group of online exclusives that Stampin' Up! Just released on March 4th, I think it was. And I don't know yet what Julie and Alejandra are using, but I am using the Lovely Garden Suite, and I know that's really teeny. You'll get to see the stamp set up close and personal, but it's a whole suite of products that has some designer series paper, some gems, and some ribbon. I'm actually today using mostly just the stamps and dies and a different ribbon and different gems, but I am using a little bit of the designer series paper as well. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into this. So this bundle, the Lovely Garden Suite bundle. Now, where is my bundle? I've been packing for on stage today, my friends. It's a Stampin' Up! Event, and I am a little frazzled flying out tomorrow. So I hope I will make sense for you tonight. I will try my best. This is a stamp set, and then these are all the beautiful dies that come with it. And then what's extra special about this suite of products is it has a set of 5 masks that come with it. So we're going to start right in. I'm going to show you how those 5 masks work. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is pull out a piece of scrap paper, and then I'm going to pull out a piece of just white, and I did cut a whole bunch of this white, extra white pieces of paper. And do you think I can see them right now? No, of course not. So we'll just grab another one. That's okay. White is white. Doesn't have to be this particular thing that we're doing. We don't need a particular size for. So then we're going to take our Memento black ink, and the first thing we're going to do is stamp this big, large hydrangea. Well, I think it's a hydrangea. It looks like it is to me. And as usual, when stamping a big stamp like this, especially with Memento black, I turn it upside down and then ink it from the top. So I'm going to make sure this is inked really, really well, because it's a big stamp and we just want to make sure we get it all inked well. And I can see that picture's a little bit blurry. Sometimes my camera takes a moment to focus when there's more than one thing in the picture. Now I'm going to turn this basically what I feel like is pretty much straight up for the flower. Kind of like so. It doesn't really matter because you're going to match up your masks all the same direction anyway, but there we go. So that's a pretty good image. I hope you can see that. Again, I feel like the camera's taking a while to clear up. So let me bring this up. There you go. Hopefully it's going to do better than this. There we go, with being clear. Okay, so then there are, as I said, there are 5 masks. So we're just going to go one by one. I'm going to show you each one and how it works. So for the flower, well, this flower, we're going to just start with this hydrangea. I'm going to line up, this is the most open one. The whole flower is open right here. So I'm going to just line up this mask, and then I'm going to, I've got some just tacky tape here. I'm using a Post-it note from Amazon. I just get this on Amazon. Then here's the really important thing is, now since I have this, well, it's not lined up perfectly, so we probably want to get that a little bit better. Let me try that again and make sure, because for this first one's the most important, because all the rest depend on this first one. And I'll show you why as soon as we get this. Okay, I think that's pretty good right there. Okay, now here's the key. So now I'm gonna, there's a notch on every one of these masks, and so I'm gonna make a little mark on my paper where that notch is and just come down a little bit so I can see where that is. Now each of these are numbered. You can't see it here, and I should have used a magic marker, but there's a 1 here in that corner. Oops, shouldn't have lifted it up. That was not a good idea. You won't be able to see it anyway, but just so you know it's there. So they are numbered so that you know what order to go in. Now I'm going to take my Lemon Lolly. I'm going to take my lightest ink color, and that for this card is Lemon Lolly. And I'm going to just take a blending brush, and I'm going to move this over just a little bit here. And then, oops, sorry, there's all these cords in the way. I have all this fancy schmancy equipment to do live video. Hang on a second, let me move this just a little bit, sorry. Okay, then I'm going to rub in my Lemon Lolly ink pad, and I'm going to just kind of brush off a little bit, and I'm just going to start off the edge of my mask, and I'm going to go all around the mask. Now Lemon Lolly, if you know our Stampin' Up! Ink colors, Lemon Lolly is just a really, really soft yellow anyway, but I don't want a blob of ink anywhere, so I'm going to just keep going around. You can always add more. You just can't take off any extra. As we know, we all know this, but just as a reminder, you can always put on more. So I'm just going around the outside of my card like so. Okay, and it's really, really soft. I think for the sake of video, I will maybe do it just a little bit darker than that. I'll probably try to make all my layers just a little bit darker for the sake of the video so you can see it well. There, that's a little bit better. Okay, then I'm going to close that one up, and so then the next thing we do is we're just going to take our next mask. This is going to be mask number 2, and then I'm going to, oops, what am I doing here? I'm going to line this up again. I'm kind of looking over here, but then of course I'm also looking at my flower too. And this is going to put the next layer of detail on our hydrangea. I've seen this done in blue. I've seen it done in pink. There we go. I think that's pretty good. And can you see, this is the key, is to mark your notch the first time through, and then mark it, and then you're set, and then just line it up for all of the rest of them. I do suggest that you tack it down, your stencil down somehow. Now I've got Daffodil Delight here, and I'm going to go ahead, and then I'm going to make my next layer of color in Daffodil Delight. Daffodil Delight, if you don't know Stampin' Up! Colors, Daffodil Delight is just a little bit darker than Lemon Lolly. So there we have, well, maybe just a little bit more. Like so. We do want to to show up as the second level of intensity. Let's see what that's going to look like. Oh yeah, so the lemon lolly you can't really see very well because it's just really a very, very soft background all the way around. Now I'm going to do something with the third layer that I didn't do on my first card. I'll show you my first one, my sample, and then you can see what you think. I'm going to, on my sample card that I'll show you, the first one I made, I just went over this again with Daffodil Delight, but I think what I'm going to do is reach for trying to make sure I'm looking at my flowers as well as my guide here, and stick that down. I'm going to grab crushed curry right here. Hopefully this is not going to be too dark, but oh, looks like I need to ink my crushed curry pad. Well, I might rethink this. Let's try, see what happens here. Yeah, that's coming across. It'll be okay. Well, will it? I think I'm going to go back. Sorry, changing gears there. Because since I didn't try that on my first card, I'm kind of leery to try it on this one. So what we'll do on this one is I'll just go back over this third layer a little bit more than I did on my sample card. I'm going to try and get all that crushed curry ink off. I might need a new crushed curry ink pad. I'm not sure. I haven't opened that one for a while. So I'm going to, again, go off. And now we're going to probably ink this up pretty good so we can really see the difference here. So you have all that detail. Let's try it again. Now it should be pretty bright yellow. I can see in the camera it doesn't look super bright, so let me keep going here. Hopefully it's not too dark. I kind of like it when it all blends together instead of being super dark. Let's see if we like that. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. I don't know if you can see the variations in color very well on camera, but it shows up really well in person. Okay, that turned out well. Then let's take, there are 2 leaf stamps. So there's 3 flower stencils. I mean, not stamps, but stencils. So there are 3 flower stencils. Same thing. This is stencil number 4. The number's right by that notch. I know it's not visible. If I do a video with this set again, which I probably will, I will use a marker, Sharpie marker, so you can see on the video what it looks like. Okay, let's take a little bit of garden green. Now, garden green is the green that is in the designer series paper that goes with it. I'll show you the designer series paper in a moment so you at least know what that paper looks like. I don't want this to be too dark. Okay, so I'm going to go over with my brush, and I do use different brushes for different color groups. So you can wash your brushes. I find it's just easier for me to just have, like, I don't have a brush for every color. Some demonstrators do, and if you would be happy to do that as a stamper and you have the means to do that, then by all means do it. I just kind of have basic brushes for green and then basic brushes for yellow, or 1 brush for greens, 1 brush for yellow, 1 brush for purples. Okay, now we're going to line this up again, and this is the detail for the leaf, obviously. I'm going to get this pretty close to right there. Now this green can get really dark really fast, so we're going to not do too much on this color, and we're using obviously the same color. So I just was really light on my first go around, and then I'm going to be pretty Still pretty line on this one, but you'll see that it's going to show up really well as well. So let's see what we've got here. So there we have our gorgeous flower. Now, I know I said it's a hydrangea, and yet I'm making it yellow. So we have white hydrangeas, so I guess maybe that's what I was thinking about. Ours are called Annabelle hydrangeas. There are different kinds of hydrangeas. I think, I'm pretty sure there are, but ours I know are called Annabelle. All right, my friends, we're going to go ahead and die cut this. So let me grab the die cutting machine and the die for this. So let's get this. Now, my camera is not going to like this either. It's going to be way too close, and I don't think it's going to focus. But I wanted to, in case you happen to be a newbie just happening on to a stamping video, I wanted you to see how we do our die cutting. But it'll be blurry, so just bear with me a moment while we get this all straightened around here. Now I'm going to get this lined up, and then for sure I am going to tack this down too so it doesn't move, because you've done all that work with your flower, and all those layers, you don't want to start over because your die moves. So just let's get this kind of anchored down a little bit. And it's such a big die, I'm going to anchor it down in a couple places. So there we go. Yes, I have a Band-Aid on my finger. So on top of everything today, trying to get ready to go to on stage, and I had a Facebook Live today. If you stick around, I'll show you what we made for my Facebook Live today. I did 2 projects with the Storybook Friends, because my club in March is featuring the Storybook Friends bundle. So I did 2 Easter projects today. One is a basket, and one is a cross Easter card. Okay, let's pull this out here. And then we are done with that part. Okay, I'm going to get this out of here for a moment. All right, let's assemble the rest of our card, and we'll put it all together now. For the base of this card, I have a piece of basic black. This is, oh, I forgot to say, so did I say I got an injection today? I had to get a steroid injection. I think I got sidetracked with other things I was sharing. So that didn't feel super good. But I have it, they call it a trigger finger. It gets really stiff and painful. It doesn't want to work very well. So I needed an injection today, and if that doesn't help, I'll have to have a minor surgery, but we won't talk about that today. Today we're stamping and having fun, so we're not stressing about anything. Okay, so now this is part of that designer series paper. I told you I would share it, so let me bring it out here for a minute. Again, it is called Lovely Garden 12 by 12 designer series paper, and there's lots of pretty colors in here. I'm using green and yellow, so that I kind of went by the paper. That was my inspiration. And on the back of all of these is a black and white pattern. So you have one side with a lot of color on it. This is, I don't know if you can see, this is fresh freesia, and I think boho blue, and more garden green, and fresh freesia again. And then this is the paper we're using today, and it has this big print on the back of it. And then this is another gorgeous paper, this one, and let's see what we've got on the back. And then this really pretty green, kind of a check, kind of, I don't think you'd call it a plaid, and I think that's it for this paper. We're going to use a couple of those on our card as well, but just so you get a peek at that. It's really hard to see. I think it's really hard to see designer series paper in the online, either online or even in the catalog, even when you have a paper catalog. All right, this piece of DSP is 3 3/4 by 5. So that is the size. Whoops, I don't want to get up too far there. That is the size of that, of this. And for this one, whoops, we're just going to go square. That my tape runner doesn't really like to go straight on my desk. It would rather have a little more cushion. But this is 3 3/4 by 5. And then we're going to put another layer on top of this. It's just a little bit smaller. So now here I have a layer of lemon lolly. Gosh, I kept wanting to say melon mambo. And I'm sorry my camera is not wanting to focus. It will. It just can't find where it's supposed to focus. So this I used the, what is this? The textured tiled? I don't know. I should know this. I will I'll put on my blog a list of the supplies I use so that you can find me at createwithjoey.com. All right, so now I'm going to turn this one. This one we put straight on. This one I'm going to turn at an angle a little bit, and I'm just going to use my tape runner here. Textured tile, maybe. When I'm on Facebook Live, I usually take the time to look it up. But on video, I'm not sure I'm going to. But I will have it on my blog for you. It won't be there tonight, my friends, because I'm still packing. I haven't finished packing yet. Okay, now I did use a die from another group of online exclusives. And this one is called, well, I have everything organized before I start, and then after I'm like 10 minutes into it, I can't find anything. So, all right, let me, some people, oh, here we go. Okay, Year of Flowers. Some people make this look so easy. I'm good with the teaching of the crafting. I'm not always, it doesn't like the shininess. My camera doesn't like the shininess, but this is called Year of Flowers, and it's so it's January through December, and then so there's a flower for every month, and then the coordinating dies cut out all of those flowers, and then there's some branches and leaves and twigs, and then there's this beautiful label die. So I did use that for our card, this card tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp on that with a greeting from the Thankful Garden, the one we're using, the stamps that we're using. So let me go ahead and grab, I'm going to grab my piercing mat to stamp on just to make sure we get a good image, because this is kind of a fat font. Oh gosh, I'm getting out of the picture. For Facebook Live and my reels, I have to be up high on my desk, and for filming, straight up filming, I have to be lower on my desk. So we'll go ahead and stamp that, this guy, like so, with love. And then let's go ahead and finish the front of our card. I have a little strip of that Designer Series paper. This is 1 by 2 3/4 inches, and we'll put this down. Actually, you know what we have to do? We have to put our flower down first. So let's do that. And while the camera is trying to focus on something here, gosh, I'm sorry, you guys. There it goes. So it comes in and out of focus. It eventually focuses. If you just give it a moment, it will focus. I'm going to grab my Daffodil Delight 1/8 inch ribbon, because we're going to put some of that on our card. All right. So now I'm just going, this is going to go about here. And I think actually our flower needs to go next. So I'm going to put this kind of like here. Let's get some dimensionals. for our flower. So don't forget to vote on your favorite. Make sure you look in the video description to find Julie's links and Alejandra's links. I usually call her Allie because I'm always afraid I'm going to mess up her name. But those are my two compadres in crime this week and next week and the next week. So through the rest of March, we're going to bring you some lovely projects every week. And we'll have a new theme every week. So it won't be online exclusives next week. We might use online exclusives, but I know for sure next week's projects are fun folds. So next week, you don't want to miss next week either. So make sure you set a reminder on your phone or your calendar so that you make sure that you, we want to do a step here first before we do this. So you don't miss it, because for my people, I'm always on Wednesdays live. I'm never on in the evening, and I'm never on Thursday evenings unless it's something really unusual. But this week, my friends, we are launching our videos on Thursday nights and next week and the next week. I'll still be live for those of you that like to follow my Facebook page and my YouTube channel. I will still be live on Wednesdays like normal. I want this to be a pretty loopy bow because I want it to stick out. There we go. I think that'll be good. So we just don't want you to miss any of those. And then don't forget your job. You have an assignment. So we're going to all check on you to make sure you did your assignment. Okay. I am going to just put this down flat. I am not going to lift this up. Let's go right here. And here. Like so. Just kind of a little basis for that. And then we're going to get our ribbon. And we're going to put a mini glue dot on our bow. Like so. And then we're just going to, we want this to kind of, I kind of want this to look a little bit like, well, it's going to be on an angle. Kind of like that. Yeah, that'll work. I think that works okay. I don't want it to come below my card. I also want it to be straight, and I can't tell here if it's straight. Let's go. Okay, so now we want our dimensionals to probably be on the outsides of this. Now we are gonna do the inside of our card, and then again, if you have time to stick through the end of the video, I'll give you a sneak peek of my Storybook Friends class kit that's coming up. It is my club, my subscription club, but you can purchase it for just 1 month if you'd like to just take this, get this kit, this class kit. You can just do that too. Okay, there we go. Now we'll have some gems, but we'll put those on last. So now on the inside of our card, we need a piece of basic white. This is just 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm also going to grab my silicone mat because we're going to do a little bit of stamping on this first before we put it in our card. So I'm going to grab, let's see. This is where this greeting comes from. This is the one stamp I told you I took out of the Year of Flowers. This, hoping your day blooms with happiness, because this for me is probably going to be a birthday card. Now, I'm not putting happy birthday in it as such because I'm not 100% sure with all the spring occasions coming up. This could even be a wedding card. It could be a graduation card. So I'm not going to actually write or stamp happy birthday in it, but I'm gonna, there we go. Okay. Then I did do a little bit more stamping on the inside. I took just a couple of little tiny stamps out of the stamp set that we're using, the Thankful Garden stamp set, that is. And then I'm just going to do this little leaf in garden green. And then I am going to use, I know that the stamp I'm going to use is actually supposed to be one of the flower centers, I think. Pretty sure it is. Well, I know it is. But I'm going to use it as just kind of a little, oh, we don't want that crushed curry ink pad. I think we need to replace that. We're going to put a little bit of, as I said, I'm sure this is one of the bigger flowers centers, but just for a little yellow color in it, you know, it's kind of a nondescript anyway, so I think it's okay. Then I am going to put one of the other strips of DSP. Now this one I did at 3/4 by 5 1/4, and let's just go ahead and I don't know why today for some reason I'm finding my hair all over everything. Let's just put a little strip of this paper. I think it coordinates with the front of our card really well. And let's go ahead and put this on the inside of our card. I like the yellow and the green with the black. I thought the black set it off really well. But we need gems. We are not done yet without the bling. So let's get some bling on this card. I'm going to grab this is one of the old piercing tools we used to have. These gems are the iridescent faceted gems I'm going to use. I thought they looked really pretty with this card. They're nice and sparkly. Can you see how sparkly they are? And let's get some of these sweet little gems. I think there's 3, maybe only 2 sizes of these. And let's get some down here in our card. Or flower, rather. And then I'm going to actually do something I usually don't do very often, but I am going to do it for this card. I'm going to bring in another embellishment and use 2 types. One of my Stampin' friends, we're not friends, I've never met her in person, but I think it's Tammy Hewlett. She often mixes up her, let's just wine. If you're going for bling, you might as well go for bling. Right, my friends? One more, maybe. And then I mixed it up with basic rhinestones. So, can you see? I don't know how sparkly that looks in the video, but it's really sparkly in real life. So, there you have it. So, if you have a few moments, I would love for you to vote. Or if you haven't watched the other girls' videos, make sure you do that. But if you can hang around a second, I'll show you what we made today. So, today on my Facebook Live, and you can find this on YouTube as well, I made 2 more projects with what am I trying to say? Storybook Friends. We'll set that off to the side. So this is my little basket I made, and you can find, this is really easy. You can find the directions. I just filled it up. Oh, I'm keeping that with some Easter candy, and then we've got the little decorations on the side of this. So this is a super easy one to make. And then I also used the Storybook Friends for this cross. And those are both in the same video. This particular fun fold card has been done by several demonstrators, but Bethany Barnard is the one I think responsible for creating that. So there's those 2. And then I'll show you my sneak peek cards. Now, if you don't know what the Storybook Friends are, this is a sweet little spring stamp set with all these little critters. These are the gorgeous dies that go with them. In my club, they're going to get a 12 by 12 This is my 6x6 samples, but this is called Storybook Moments, DSP, and they'll get a half a pack of 12 by 12, and it will be the full 12 by 12. A fourth of a pack of what's called Timeless Plaid, and a pack of gems, and a partial bolt of ribbon. And these are the cards. Here's the sneak peek coming. So we've got, hello friend. Isn't that cute? That's a little fun fold. Now this one I got from my friend Deborah Harrison. This might have been part of Julie and Deborah's class too, but they're friends of mine. I have asked them at different times if I could case their cards, and they both said case away. So this is another Somebody Loves You, just a sweet little card. This is a sweet little fun fold, just an easy Z fold, but with that beautiful paper and the bunny and the frames and everything. And then I did totally case Julie's card for this one. So Julie, if you're watching, you are going to say, yep, I recognize that card. So those are the 5 cards. You'll get all the supplies to make those. They're all pre-cut and pre-scored and everything for you. If you're interested in that, let me know, and I'll send you the information to register. All right, I'm going to pull you up on the screen one more time, and thanks so much for being with me here today. I hope that you'll subscribe to our channels, all 3 of ours, if you haven't subscribed already. And happy crafting. Don't forget to vote. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. See you next time.